Hello, it's Mr. Thompson here again. I'm going to talk you through an example of how to expand double brackets. At GCSE, this is grade C, and at Key Stage 3, this is Level 7 work. Okay, let's get started. So, if you are given a set of brackets, let's do the first one in red. So, we want to expand a set of brackets, double brackets, that look like this. Okay, I've done one in red and one in blue. Now, what this means, although we don't write it, we are multiplying everything in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. When we write brackets next to each other like this, if you like, there's an invisible times between them. So, what we've done, we have used before quite a lot, is the grid method for multiplication. That's exactly what we're going to do here. So I'm going to start off by doing my grid. Now in each bracket, obviously we're multiplying here, in each bracket there are two terms. There's an x and a plus 2, and in this one there's an x and a plus 5. Notice then, when I said the second term in each bracket, I was including the sign, and that's something you need to get into the habit of doing. So, we're going to multiply everything in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. So this first bracket, we have an x first. And then we must include the sign. The reason I say that is because it becomes imperative in later examples, higher level 7 or grade C stuff. So we've put our x in the first box, and we're going to put our plus 2 in the second box. Okay, now down the side here, we're going to put x from the first bracket, the second bracket, and then including the sign again, plus 5. It's also worth mentioning here, actually, that it doesn't matter which way round you put the bracket. So I've put my x and my plus 2 up the top, and the x and the plus 5 down the side. It doesn't matter. I could have written my x plus 2 down this side if I wanted to, and then my x plus 5 at the top if I wanted to. It doesn't matter which way round you do it. What have I done here? Let's just get rid of those so as to avoid any confusion. Okay. So let's now go back to our grid. In this box here, we're going to do we're going to multiply in each of these boxes the two kind of adjoining terms. So in this box here, we're doing our x, and we're going to multiply that by the blue x there. And let's do this last bit in a different colour. Let's do it in a pink. Okay, so x times x gives me x squared. Okay. In the top right hand side box, we're going to do, it's our x, and we're multiplying that by positive 2. Okay, so let's go and do the next one in pink again. So x times positive 2 gives me plus 2x. Remember, it's very important to include the sign. Okay, in the bottom left hand box, we are doing plus 5, and we are multiplying that by our x. So we have, in that box, plus 5 times x gives me plus 5x. And then finally, in the bottom right hand box, we are going to do plus 5, and we're going to multiply that by plus 2. Okay, so positive, remember, a positive times by another positive will give me a positive, so that's going to come out as plus 10. Okay, we're not quite finished there. What I want to do now is collect all the pink ones, all of these pink ones, and I'm going to write them out over here. So we have x squared plus 2x plus 5x plus 10. Now remember, when we can collect like terms. So we've just got the 1x squared there, that's x squared. we have a plus 2x and a plus 5x here, giving us a total of 7x. And then finally we've got our plus 10. You must remember to finish the question by writing it out like that. Okay, let's do another example. Let's clear this. We're going to do something that's slightly more difficult now. What we're going to do is I'm going to have my first bracket containing a positive term, and my second bracket is going to contain the negative term here. So what we're going to do, as we did before, the first step is to draw out my grid, and we're multiplying here. Okay, so in the top one I'm going to put my x plus 4, and down the side I'm going to put my x minus 3. Okay, so in this one here, in the top left box, again it's going to be the x multiplied by the x. That is going to give me x squared. In the top right hand box we are going to write positive 4, and we're going to multiply that by x. Again, positive 4 times x gives me plus 4x. Now, in the bottom left hand box, this is where it becomes obvious, apparent that we need, it's very important that we include the sign. So we're going to do our x here, and again we're going to multiply that by whatever this one here is, which is negative 3. So x times minus 3 gives me negative 3x. And then in this one here we're just going to do minus 3 times positive 4, which gives me minus 12. Okay, now remember what we do is we have to write it out in full. X squared plus 4x minus 3x minus 12. We can then collect our like terms. Now you'll notice our like terms. We have our x squared, and the reason I've just circled that is because we've got plus 4x minus 3x. In total that gives me plus 1x, but remember we don't write the 1. Plus x minus 12. And that there is your final answer. Okay, I'll break this video up. In the next video on this I shall continue with 2 more examples that are really getting towards the high level 7 high grade C stuff. So for the time being we'll leave it there, but if you found that easy, please check out part 2 of this video. Until next time then, thanks very much, bye bye.